Yeah. So yeah. So yes, I was gone for 9 days. Yes. And you're telling me on as soon as I went away, that's when the lawnmower broke down. That's why I have like 8 feet of grass. Sure. Okay. Yep. Hey, things just sometimes don't work out the way they're supposed to. But here we are, nevertheless. Finally, at Season 6, Episode 13 of Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry. We are primarily brought to you by Grantham Home Hardware. Also, Niagara Parks Commission, as well as Sandra's Home Healthcare, ACE, Alignment, Mac Outpost, and Verge Insurance, powered by WeeStream, Canada's premier streaming service. These are your specials today, in case they twig your taste buds, at Fiddler's Poorhouse, 149 St. Paul Street in downtown St. Catharines. We have almost a trying to rain kind of day. A few spots out there. I don't think it's going to be too bad. Nice and comfy, not a lot humidity right now. Anyway, come on in, we're going to get you settled. We have some interesting folks to talk to today. All the folks we talk to are interesting, as a matter of fact. Hopefully you're not stuck on a highway somewhere trying to watch this in your car, which wouldn't be a good idea. Just got back, as I mentioned, outside from a trip overseas. We were in Ireland for a little while, got off at the airport on Saturday, and then realized that, oh my gosh, there are 2 lanes blocked off at the Burlington Skyway. Really? This was the 4th of July weekend, and I know that we're Canada, but there were a lot of visitors from south of the 49th parallel, and it was backed up all the way to Appleby Line. Who makes this stuff up? Yeah. Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest right away. We're going to be kicking off the program in just a second, as soon as I get myself settled around the old desk, okay? There we go. So, I got to get myself plugged in here a little bit, and it's been 3 weeks since we did this thing. Normally it's every 2, but it's been 3. I just lost my earpiece. There we go. And we'll get started. You can tell this is live, right? That's why we call it Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry, because everything, mistakes included, happens in real time. Absolutely. So anyway, welcome to the show. We had anticipated starting this thing off with a video, which was kind of a cutesy wootsy, almost a thievery thing, but somebody must have taken it down, so we're not going to start there. But I'll give you an idea about what we have coming up on the program today. There's been a gentleman that has been missing for a while. June 21st, I believe it was, June 21st. Wolfgang Glaser went missing. No hide nor hair of Wolfgang since then. He was last seen leaving a Boston Pizza, what do you think it was, in the Grimsby area. That's Wolfgang right there that you see on the screen. His daughter Alisha Rullo is going to be joining us on the program in about 15 minutes or so. Coming up as well is an interesting story. You may have seen a couple of posts on Facebook about, and it started with a post with someone who had noticed a bunch of young folks jumping off the bridge that crosses the water in Chippawa that kind of connects the river with the Niagara River. And it sponsored, not sponsored, it started, let's put it that way, back and forth on that. And a woman is recognizing the 20th anniversary of her grandson's death, doing something just like that. And hopefully it'll serve to be a warning to people and sort of a cautionary tale to keep an eye out for what you're actually doing or what your young folks are doing that they don't see any danger in, but there actually might be. So we have that story coming up for you as well. There is a thing called Tesla Fest believe it or not. Coming up at the Oaks Garden Theater in Niagara Falls, there's Friday and Saturday, July the 11th and the 12th. And Borislav Zivkovic, I knew I'd mess that up. Sorry, Boris. Borislav. He's going to be joining us to talk about Tesla Fest. And we've heard a lot about Nikola Tesla, more and more and more over the years, and even more so recently since there have been some exhibits at the power station at Niagara Falls, etc. So we're going to be talking to Borislav about a little after 1 o'clock today. And a great musical guest, Amanda Lynn Parker, will be playing us off the show. She won Best New Artist at the Niagara Music Awards, and she's going to be doing a song called Until Dawn, and that'll play us off this stage. Numerous things have happened over the last number of weeks, and something that somehow people never get tired of, and that is just stealing things from other people. We had a couple of porch pirate videos that showed up on Niagara 411, and I wonder if these people, I just have to wonder if these people ever actually see themselves back on these on these videos. They must. And then, how do you feel? I'd love to talk to a porch pirate. If you are one and you've seen yourself on video like this woman, and she's talking to somebody off the frame. If you listen to the audio on this, there's somebody else there, her significant other or something, a guy. And she goes up, and there's dogs barking in this one. Hear the dogs? And then she kind of looks in the mailbox, and, oh, well, what's this in there? I don't know what it is, but let's take it anyway. Just for shits and giggles, let's just take it anyway. And then off she runs in her little jammy pants. Lovely. Lovely. What a wonderful human being.
You can see that there is somebody else there with her.
Oh, yeah, there's somebody else there.
Just as she runs away, if you look over the downspout, you can see it looks like a baseball cap or somebody's head.
Oh, she was definitely talking to somebody, because you can hear his voice in the background. Let's have a look at this. Oh, well, we don't know if it's valuable, but let's just take it anyway. Just for fun. Off we go. Bye-bye. Idiot. So that was one of them. And then there was another one. This one was a guy, wasn't it, Kevin? This other porch pirate thing that we were on about.
Well, you never want to make any assumptions nowadays.
Well, yeah. Well, that kind of looks like a guy. Look at it. Just sneaks up and grabs something. Oh, what's this? I'm not supposed to be on their property anyway, but while I'm here, let's just take this. And then I have to, like I said, wonder if these people actually see themselves on the porches stealing things and acting like idiots, just depriving somebody of their peace of mind, just to make somebody's lives more complicated. Do you really get anything out of it? Is it really something you want? You don't even know what it is. I don't know. If you saw this person before, let me know. Like, oh my God. Unbelievable. Oh, they walk among us, folks. They do walk among us. Before we bring on Alisha Rullo and talk about her dad, Wolfgang Glaser, and see if we can maybe help locate this man, I want to once again acknowledge our sponsors. Our primary sponsor is Grantham Home Hardware. And if you know anything about home hardware, they're a very, very proud organization in all of the communities that they serve, and they're independently operated. And this one at Grantham is just one of the best. Very proud to support hardworking Canadian manufacturers by stocking their shelves with made-in-Canada items and product-of-Canada items. Deep-rooted in the Canadian communities that they serve, they understand how important it is to invest in homegrown quality and craftsmanship, and we're very, very proud to have them as the keynote sponsor here of Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry. Just super. This is about the third week that Grantham Home Hardware has been our top level sponsor, and we're just so happy to have them. Also, the Niagara Parks Commission came on about the same time that Home Hardware did last few weeks, and man, this is the season for Niagara Parks attractions, that is for sure. And we're going to be talking about something a little bit later. Like I mentioned, Tesla Fest. Well, it's happening at some of the Niagara Parks Commission sites. It's independent of the commission, but it's happening at their sites. We'll be talking more about that. The commission, in case you didn't know, is not a tax-supported organization. There's a self-financed agency of the Ontario Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Gaming. Operating costs for the organization are funded through visitation to the wide variety of natural attractions that we were just talking about, restaurants, golf courses, shops, and other facilities along a 56-kilometer stretch of the Niagara Parkway. And this is definitely golf season, so you can check out all three of their courses, the two in Chippawa at Legends on Niagara, as well as Whirlpool Golf Course on the Niagara Parkway. From July 9th to September 2nd of this year, youth ages 17 and under get free admission to Niagara Park's heritage sites, including Old Fort Erie, Loris C. Courthouse, Mackenzie Printery, McFarland House. Ages 18 to 24 enjoy half-price entry. There's no pass or registration needed thanks to the Canada's Strong Pass Initiative. Just come and explore. And you can plan your visit. Just go to niagaraparks.com. It's very simple. Everything that you might want to know is on there. Ace Alignment for all your automotive needs and alignments and brakes and suspensions and front-end work and MTO inspections, etc., etc. All you have to do is check them out. They're on North Street in downtown St. Catharines, just off Geneva, behind the new police station there that's on Welland and Geneva, just tucked in back there. Darren Miller, Matt Crompton are the two guys to talk to there. They know their stuff, believe me. Verge Insurance Group, thank you very much for also sponsoring the program. Auto, home, life insurance for whatever insurance needs you have. They are a broker that will source out what you need for what you can afford, and they're just over on Ontario Street near Welland in St. Catharines. Mac Outpost, what can we say about these guys that isn't summed up just by saying for everything Apple. The Apple authorized reseller and service provider located in St. Catharines on Lake Street in the plaza in the north end where Tim Hortons is and the Dollar Tree and across from Don's Lighting in that plaza in there. Check him out. Derek, the head technician, Sean, the owner, in business for over 20 years. I didn't even think we could spell Apple and computer 20 years ago, but apparently we could. The guys are great, awesome, just sales, service, whatever. And I left this sponsor till last because there's a bit of a connection that I want to mention this week. Sandra's Home Healthcare Services. Sandra D'Alessandro is a passionate supporter of Niagara, a passionate supporter of this program, and also a compassionate in-home care and personal service worker services supplier since 2005, for 20 years. And we wanted to mention something today that Sandra mentioned to us that she is interested in and connected with because there's a family going through a tough time right now, and she was wondering if we could mention this, and we said, of course we will. We would like to help you help us support Maureen Dixon and her family. And as per this post, with heavy hearts that we share the devastating news of the passing of Shailene Bluen, the stepdaughter of one of our very own caregivers, Marlene Dixon. Marlene is a worker with Sandra's Home Healthcare. On the 1st of this month, on Canada Day, Shailene tragically lost her life in a highway accident near Edmonton, Alberta, along with her partner, their dog, and the unborn child she was carrying. Shailene was only 29 years old. Her loss has left a deep void in the hearts of her family, friends, and all who knew her. This is the fourth loss in Moline's family in the past few years, and the family is now facing the unimaginable financial burden of arranging travel and memorial expenses, etc. We're reaching out to ask for your support. Moline, of course, is a Niagara resident, even though this incident happened in Alberta. She's a Niagara person, and so we're reaching out to try to help you help her. A GoFundMe campaign has been set up to help cover travel and memorial costs for the family during this difficult time. If you can contribute, it would mean the world to Moline and her loved ones, including our sponsor, Sandra de Lasario of Sandra's Home Healthcare. So that's the young lady. And that's a shot of the GoFundMe page. So check that out if you would. And if you feel so motivated, please support the family going through terrible time. What a horrible thing to have happen.
Lee, let me just lighten things up here. There was this story that I came across on Niagara 411, and boy, oh boy, do I feel for these teenage boys that kind of lost one of those, or learned one of those social lessons in life when they went out to grab a bite to eat.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this one, but
I did.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel for these guys.
Like the things you do. So, couple of young teens, they want to go grab a bite or a drink or something at McDonald's, and the mom of one of them put this post up, and it just got to break your heart. My 13-year-old son and his friend foolishly left their bicycles near a parking lot donation bin while they dined at McDonald's in Grimsby on Monday, the 23rd of June, between 2:30 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. When they came out, both bicycles and one helmet had been taken. I sincerely believe, looking on the bright side of humanity, this woman says, I sincerely believe whoever took them thought they were part of the donation bin pile. I guess it could be something that's assumed if it's leaning up against a donation bin, and legitimately thought they were up for grabs. She honestly believes that it was an honest mistake. I'm just hoping they see this message and are willing to return them. Both bikes were new, and the boys were really looking forward to their summer freedom. One is a silver Mongoose flat rock mountain bike with blue detailing. The other is a black and red bike, brand unknown. Photo of the Mongoose one is attached, and that's one of them right there. Can you imagine? That would be terrible.
I mean,
again, not too bright, but you're not thinking somebody's going to come in and just walk away with the bike.
I put myself right in these kids' sneakers, Lee.
Oh man!
I'm like, man, I could just see that, right? Like, we'll lean them right up against that bin over there.
Yeah.
Not knowing it's a donation bin, and I don't even blame the person that came along.
And we don't have locks on the bikes because they're probably new.
The person that saw it probably thought, well, okay, they're donating these bikes anyway. I could use those bikes.
Yeah.
So I'll bring them home to my kids.
Yeah. And kudos to the mom that put that post up for not for actually thinking on the positive side, the fact that it was, just as you said, Kevin, somebody honestly thinking they were there because they were being donated. I don't know whether that's a legitimate assumption or not, but let's go with that. Anyway.
Man, I feel for him.
Oh, my goodness. We have some loud music in the background, don't we, today? Okay. We have daughter of Wolfgang Glaser on the line with us today in the green room that's now joining the program. Now, this gentleman from Grimsby has been missing since June the 21st. And we'll let Alisha tell the story. Hi, Alisha. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay, Lee. Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. Sorry about what you're going through with your father. It has to be continually distressing every single day, but thanks for taking the time and making the effort to be here today to hopefully help you find him. So walk us through what happened as far as you know it that day, Alisha, if you don't mind.
Of course. So my dad does the same thing every day. He calls it his job. He goes down to Rickey's in Grimsby, a bar just on Ontario Street. He goes there every day at 2 o'clock. He's there in the parking lot for when they open up, and he has a couple drinks there. He plays a little slot machine, and then around 4 he heads over to Teddy's, another favorite bar of his in town. Has a couple drinks there and chats with his buddies, and that's his job. That's his retirement job that he has held for several years now. He does it every day like clockwork, and he's not going to be there. He'll make sure that he lets them know. So, unfortunately, June 21st, the plan took a bit of a change. He left Teddy's just after 7 o'clock, and he went to get some dinner. He was looking for Swiss Chalet. He didn't make it there, but he ended up at Boston Pizza on Casablanca, or just off Casablanca.
Mm-hmm.
He had a quick meal and he appeared to be trying to get back home, and he just went by his home and kept going. So that's the last place we currently have him on video, and the last place we can confirm he was, and that's just after 8 o'clock at the fire station on Mountain Street, at the top of Mountain Street. And so we have had a full-fledged search, and we have been doing everything in our power to try to find him and track him down or get any leads or tips at all as to where he is, and that search continues.
Now, you mentioned was he walking by his house, or was he in his car?
He was driving. So this whole time he was driving. His mobility is quite limited.
Okay.
He has some previous injuries that he is now at this point definitely suffering with in his older age. So he does walk with a cane, and he doesn't get far with it.
Right.
So he drives. He doesn't really walk much at all, except for to go to work and back. So he was driving by the fire station that night, and that's the last place. So that latest update was last Thursday that we found that footage of him driving there, and that's the last confirmation we have of him.
And that was
still, like I said.
Sorry for interrupting. There's no sign of, obviously, him, but no sign of the car either?
Unfortunately, no. And that's the big thing we're struggling with, is where has his car gone? Because if we find his car, we're likely to find him. Because, as I said, he can't get very far without it. So we, the police and us and an army of people helping us, have been trying to locate his vehicle, unfortunately with no luck at all.
Is this something that is... You said that he did this like clockwork. It sounds like this is something that is out of character for him to go missing even for a day or something like that.
Absolutely. For him to go anywhere besides basically those two places is out of character. It's nothing he's ever done before. I've actually in the past joked that if I ever want to find my dad, I know where to look.
Yeah.
Because he goes to the same places at the same time every single day. And so, he's not a man of technology. He does have a little flip phone that's been off since his disappearance. But he usually leaves it off unless there's an emergency.
Right. And this is just
we've been able to...
And this is just a phone. This isn't a computer type, like a smartphone.
No, it's just like a 15-year-old flip phone with very little tracking capability, unless it's on, which it has not been, unfortunately.
Now, Alisha, is there any cause for health concerns for your dad?
So my dad does have some health concerns. He suffers with some lung issues, some heart issues, a little bit of mental health issue, all of which were being relatively managed with the medication he was on.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have his medication with him. It is at home, so he's not able to take that currently. There's nothing that would be striking that would happen. He's 72 years old, so there are lots of possibilities.
Sure.
Heart attack, stroke. When I first found out, that was my first instinct, was he's had a heart attack, he's in a ditch somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've been looking for 2.5 weeks, and we're not able to find him. So the initial thought of that type of medical emergency has relatively been ruled out because we can't find him. So then the next thought would be, has something happened to his mind, that
Yeah.
he's confused,
Yeah.
he's not able to get home, because it did appear as though he was trying to get home, but then passed his home and has since not returned. So,
Wow.
that's a consideration. I think, we began with about 5 different options and haven't really been able to close too many of them. And it's still just a everyday boots to the ground. The police have been incredible. We've had helicopters in the air. We've had drones up looking for him, and thousands of people helping and looking and searching. And we just haven't looked in that right place quite yet.
And it's one thing, as mysterious as it can be, for someone that is on foot to mysteriously vanish, but it's quite another for that person as well as a vehicle to
Yes.
to go into thin air. That's all. That adds a whole different dimension to
Absolutely.
this story. It's just crazy. Now, did he have any friends or other family members or whatever that he would visit on a regular basis, that where he might be?
No. So
No?
even so, he only has 3 living blood relatives. Um, Myself, my sister, and his one brother. He hasn't been to us. I've checked. Me and my sister live on the same street. I've checked. I have 24-hour surveillance. He didn't come down our street. And his brother lives out in Simcoe, and no sight of him there either. We've searched in that area, and no sight of him there. He's a very quiet man. His friend group would be the guys at the bar. He didn't really see them outside of there. He's a very, very quiet man. So he's a man of few words, but you know,
And he lives
they said
alone?
at Teddy's that
He lives
he does
alone?
he does live with a woman that's lived with him for quite some time now.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's acted kind of as a caregiver with him since my parents have been divorced.
Okay, got it. And of course,
Yeah.
she obviously knows nothing of his whereabouts either.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so and you said the police are continuing to do the job and stay on top of this as much as possible. Have they got any theories or anything, Alisha? Not that I'm trying to lead you in a certain direction, but what are they thinking at this point?
Yeah, so like there have been a few theories that have we've kind of moved past. I think the idea currently is still some kind of a medical issue. I mean, it is possible that my dad has just made the decision to disappear. I would never ever think that to be true.
Right.
I mean, but sometimes you just don't know. And
No,
so,
you don't.
in any situation like this, and when you do find an answer, sometimes the answer is just like nobody that's closest to them would ever assume that would ever happen. And so obviously my heart wants to stay strong in that I don't
Sure.
believe that this is something that's intentional. I hope and pray that it's not. And, we just want to find him, in whatever
Right.
capacity that is. We kind of are just praying to get some closure in the situation and bring my dad home.
Okay. I probably can't ask you any more questions that haven't been asked and answered dozens and dozens of times at this point, except for one thing. You said that he had medication that he obviously doesn't have with him right now. Was he okay with taking that medication? I know some people that take certain medications, they don't like it, the way it makes them feel at times, and there's all kinds of different nuances here. But was he okay taking the medication? Did he feel all right?
Yeah, no, there's many of the medications he's been on and on a long-term basis. He had surgery in March, so he was on a few additional, but I have spoken directly to his doctor, and there doesn't appear to be any concerns with the medications that he was taking. The doctor also assured me that on a short-term basis, without his medications, there shouldn't be any major fluctuation in behavior or health.
Okay.
And that a lot of them do stay in his system for a pretty significant amount of time
Right.
before any problems would arise from not having them.
And it's been a couple of weeks
Which
now.
is
Kevin, did
promising.
you have
I-
something?
Yeah, just didn't want to let Alicia go without just asking how we can help, and not just Lee and myself, but how can
Exactly.
people in Niagara help?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so as Lee and I both said, finding the vehicle is something that is on the top of our list. Obviously, we want to find my dad, but as we mentioned, he should, in all sensible ways, be close to his vehicle. So I don't know, are you able to share the picture of his vehicle
Yeah.
and him? I have a copy here I can hold up if
We
not,
actually,
but-
Alicia, you can't see this from where you are, but we actually have a picture of the vehicle right now up on the screen.
Perfect. So yeah, the vehicle is, it's older. It's an '07 Mazda 5. There's visible damage, as you can see, on the driver's side rear fender.
Right.
It's a pretty major dent.
Yeah, we're
or
showing it right
damage.
now.
Yes, and the tires do still have the winter rims, so they're black rims on there. His
Right.
winter tires are still on, which does stand out at this time of year for sure.
Sure does.
So it is an older vehicle. It does have some pretty strong characteristics that are pretty notifiable. So
Yeah.
please just keep an eye out. The license plate, if it's not up there, CPYA 061. And any video, any camera footage of my dad, of his vehicle, can definitely be sent to Crime Stoppers.
Right.
That's something that's, the best way to get it to the right hands the fastest is to just send it into Crime Stoppers. And any kind of video is definitely help for confirmation, because I know myself, I've gotten probably 50 to 75 pictures of old men with canes at this point. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, but I know a lot of, people of this age are very similar to the untrained eye. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, any pictures definitely are helpful just to quickly be able to identify whether or not it is my dad.
No question, and the same person can look so different in different photographs. So don't necessarily
Absolutely.
don't necessarily assume that you see someone that isn't Wolfgang Glaser. It could very well be just a different camera shot or angle or something.
Absolutely, especially now at this point, 2.5 weeks later.
Yeah.
If he's not been eating, or if he's, not showered, or, a little bit more disheveled than normal, he will appear different than, the photos that we are sharing.
Absolutely.
So,
and especially,
it doesn't hurt.
No, especially if you live in the Grimsby area. Any door cams or dash cams or GoPros, anything like that.
Absolutely.
Please check your footage. Because you might have caught something that you don't even know you got. And,
Absolutely.
And especially, like Alicia and I were saying, is especially the car. Because, I mean, best case scenario, of course, is to find Wolfgang himself. But the car is a great starting place, that's for sure. Alicia, I can't begin to really understand what you're going through. So our hearts go to you and your family. And to his family and friends as well. I'm assuming that his buddies that he meets when he goes to work every day have been chatted with and talked to, etc. And I'm assuming that they haven't seen hide nor hair of him either.
Correct. Yeah, correct. But they're definitely all keeping an eye out for him. We're looking every single day and following any and all leads we've got. So
Yeah. All right.
we're just going to keep doing that until we find him.
Well, good luck. Stay in touch with us and let us know if there's anything further we can do to help, all right?
Thank you so much for having me, Lee.
Oh, you're welcome. Alisha Rullo, daughter of Wolfgang Glaser, missing since June 21st from last known sighting, a Boston Pizza in Grimsby. And his white early model Mazda. Kevin, I don't know. One of the most common themes that we tend to visit here on Niagara 411 Live with Sterry over the years that we've been doing it is people that mysteriously vanish from the planet. And there've been too many. stories like this that we've covered. I wish we didn't have to cover more, but it seems to me that we've got a recurring theme. And
yeah, but
wow,
as you and Alisha, correctly pinpointed, what makes this even more odd is the vehicle.
yeah,
That
that's just weird.
We haven't found the vehicle, and with all its recognizable parts, right? That the big damage on the back fender and the winter tires and rims.
And I mean, you're in Grimsby. I suppose it's not like somebody could accidentally drive into the Welland Canal. You're close to the lake, perhaps, but that would be something that would be noticed if there was an accident and the car went into a body of water somewhere. That's not something that you would think go unnoticed. It's just the not knowing is always the hardest part for families. Because sometimes your imagination can be worse than reality, because you just conjure up all sorts of imagined nuances and situations that could befall a man 72 years of age. And these days, really, 72 is not that old. He's functional. Yeah, he had some issues, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility that he's still very well aware of what he's doing.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind just popping into Teddy's and bellying up to the bar and asking some of his Teddy's family what they think. I can only imagine what they're talking about every day. Where's Wolfgang?
Yeah, this is where I was kind of going with Alisha. There is the fellows that he used to sit and have a brew with every day of his life. You would think that they would be beating the bushes, and they probably are. I mean, I'm making no assumptions here. They obviously miss the guy because he's part of their group. He's part of their life every single day. Just
had some good taste too. I mean, those are the finer eateries.
Those are a couple of great places.
Yeah, those are institutions. Now, Lee, if you go just up the hill and wind your way into Smithville, another institution there. I don't know if you've been to the Smithville Pizzeria. But they had a couple of unwanted guests dine and dashes. Did you see this one?
I did.
Look what they ordered.
I did, and you just have to say, my God. Hi everyone. Here's the post. For those people that might catch this on podcast and don't see the broadcast, we'll read the post exactly as it came up. Hi everyone. We wanted to make our community aware of an unfortunate incident that took place on Canada Day at Smithville Pizzeria around 5:22 in the afternoon. A couple came in for dine-in and ordered 5 double mixed drinks. Okay, so right now, even at a reasonable price, you're talking about $15 probably for each one of those. Anywhere between $12 and $15 depending on the pricing. Okay, 5 double mixed drinks. Okay, so now we're up around $70, $75 or more. A medium pizza with 12 toppings. All right, so there's another $16, $17 maybe. I'm just guessing. I don't know the prices of the Smithville Pizzeria, so I'm not trying to represent your business. I'm just doing the raw math here. So now we're up at about $100. Let's just call it $100 so far. Chicken fingers and fries. That's minimum another $15. And then 2 slices of cheesecake. Desserts are expensive, though. That's about another $10. So we're up about, there we go, $115. I was pricing it out okay, about $115. And that would be maybe with taxes, whatever. Then they just get up and leave the dine and dash. And there they are. Now, she has her face up around her mouth like that. Was she laughing? Was she embarrassed? Was she worried or scared that they were going to be caught? But there they are in their little table for 2. Now, that looks like a bit of a laugh right there. And the shirt says lucky. Well, I guess it's, I don't know. You make your own luck, apparently, according to them. But they look like they're having a pretty good time. They don't look nervous at all, do they, Kevin?
No, they probably are, Lee, because it's not the first time. Not the first time this couple dined and dashed. So if you scroll through some of the comments, you'll see
That part I didn't catch in
that
the
they
comments.
did this in
They've done this
Hamilton.
before.
Yeah, I just want to see people link to the Dine and Dash 10. I mean, 12 toppings. How could you put 12 toppings on one pizza?
The same. Oh, here we go. Here it is. The same couple. Just scroll back a little bit. The same couple did a dine and dash at a Hamilton restaurant, totaling $72. I don't know how she knows they were the same couple, but
What was in another Facebook group? And I'm just trying to, because I know somebody linked to it.
okay.
I didn't even know there were 12 toppings. Like, people are trying to insinuate that, well, that should have tipped you off, right? Somebody orders
Well, 5 doubles
12 items
at a
on
pizzeria. 5 double drinks
having a good time.
is enough right there.
It's not popping up for me today, Lee,
Okay.
but I had it there yesterday.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah, there was a Hamilton post about these guys,
Right.
and the funny thing is that she's wearing the same shirt. She's wearing that same Lucky 8-Ball shirt.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's her lucky shirt.
Yeah, it must be. Keep getting away with it. I mean, there they are there, and they were on some sort of like a motorbed or
Motorbed?
motorcycle moped type thing.
That's what they were. That was their vehicle of transport.
No, it was it was in the Hamilton one. This one, I don't know if they know that. But here, let me see if I
But
can.
look, she looks like she's laughing. He looks like he's got a grin on his face. Well, isn't life just wonderful for you too? Good for you.
Let's see if I can. Well, here's what they're posting, Lee.
As if restaurants don't have a hard enough time running a business these days without people coming in and welching on $100 bill or more.
Trying to think
And
about
those are more pictures. Is that them again?
Well, no, here, see, this is the people alluding to it. Same couple posted Dine and Dash in Smithville. Same shirt on the female. Same hat as the man.
Okay.
But I don't think they listed the original one, of course. So this is
Yeah.
all going to go up in flames. Lee.
Sure.
Oh, here you go.
You found it?
There we go.
All right. So that's kind of like an electric bike by the looks of it, or is it a small motorcycle?
Something like that.
Well, it looks like it has an exhaust pipe. So look, it's a small motorcycle. Dined in at East Hamilton restaurant. $72 bill, went out for a smoke. Started running when approached to ask if they were paying for all the food and alcohol they had just consumed. There they are. Wow. Okay. They walk among us. It takes all kinds. Now, over the years, we have heard an awful lot about a man named Nikola Tesla. We have a boulevard named after him in the Stony Creek and Hamilton area. There have been movies made about him. Famously, a billionaire, I think you might have heard of him, a guy by the name of Elon Musk, has a car company called Tesla. One of the great thinkers, one of the great minds, one of the great scientists and inventors of, I guess you could call it, modern times, Nikola Tesla. So, the power station in Niagara Falls, which has since been turned into a museum and a walk out to the falls, etc., had a wonderful Tesla exhibit in there. I'm not sure if it's still there or not. So we've heard a lot about this man over the years, that he sort of lived in obscurity in our memories up until the last few years. And to follow up on that line, Borislav Zivkovic is the executive director of something called Tesla Fest, which is happening on July 11th and 12th here in Niagara, and he joins us on the program.
Yeah, you know what, Lee? He's going to be joining us in about 25 minutes. We're going to talk to Denise. Don't worry, it's all good. But you did an
I
incredible setup.
lost the timeline. That was a pretty good setup, though, don't you think?
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to it.
That was a great setup.
He's going to join us in about 25 minutes' time.
I told you it was live. Now, let's get to this story, which is hopefully going to result in some good news, meaning that we're going to get the word out of something that's kind of tragic. Denise Johnson joins us. It's been 20 years since her grandson passed away when he jumped off a bridge. And
Stanley Bridge.
Hey? Pardon, Denise?
The Stanley Bridge.
Yeah. So that I was going to come right back to you and say, first of all, welcome to the program. Secondly, you tell the story so I don't have to. Denise, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So talk to us first of all about your grandson, and then we'll talk about what led us to have this conversation, which is something a little more recent. So it's an interesting story. And first of all, sorry about the death of your grandson 20 years ago. I'm sure it's still very poignant for you today.
It'll always be fresh in my mind.
So tell us what happened.
I was raising Jeremy. Well, Jeremy, like other children, all the kids, well, he wasn't a child, he was a teenager. Jeremy, on July 12th, he was shy 2 weeks of his birthday. He would have turned 29 on July 29th. He would have turned 18 years old, full of life. He had just graduated high school at West Lane School. I'm sure a lot of people know him. And on that day, well, what brought this up, when I was on your 411 story last week, I'm not sure if somebody drowned, but somebody was saying that they were warning the kids about jumping the bridge. And somebody said, no, this doesn't happen here. Oh, yes, it happens. My grandson died thinking he was Mr. Hero and a good swimmer and invisible. Nothing happens to us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working that day as a nurse and doing 12-hour shift. My husband left for work at 2 o'clock. My grandson, he was my grandson I was raising. He was still sleeping when I left for work. I started 6 in the morning. And about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, no, let me rephrase that, 5 o'clock, my husband called me to get home right now. I said, well, I'm still busy working. No, get home right now. And when I got home, I found out that Jeremy had drowned. And that was the worst nightmare that I have, imaginable nightmare. I was his mother practically.
Right.
You know. So I just want to warn the kids. It can happen to them.
Mm-hmm. It
can happen. You know, it's the water is very, very dangerous. And with the hydro and the summer, the water gets more dangerous because it's part of the hydro and they change the level and all that. I'm not an expert in this, but we did a bit of study on it, you know.
Now, when your grandson jumped into the water, what actually were the conditions? What actually caused him? As you said, he thought he was a strong swimmer. He was pretty good around the water. He wasn't afraid of water, etc.
Yeah.
What occurred? Was it the current? Was it an undertow? What was it that?
Yeah, it was an undertow, and his friends tried to save him, but he was fighting to try and stay up, but they had to let him go because he was bringing his two friends down with him, so they had to let him go. But it was the current and the undertow that brought him down, and he panicked.
Okay.
And he panicked, and he went down. Yeah.
And then where was he found? How long was he in the water before rescuers were able to get?
Well, when it happened around 3:30, I think he jumped, and they found him, I would say, around 6:30 in the evening. He was in the water for maybe 3-4 hours, before they found him. Yeah.
Very, very sad. And we're speaking with you today because a woman put a post up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it was on Niagara 411 as well, in the fact that she saw some
Yes.
young people jumping off the Chippawa bridge that connects Chippawa with Niagara Falls side of the river, of the creek, and it connects
Yeah.
with the Niagara River, not far above the falls. And
Yeah.
she warned them that it was kind of dangerous, that maybe they shouldn't be jumping off that bridge. And they poo-pooed the whole
Yeah.
thing. It's like, no, it's not dangerous. We've been jumping off this thing for years, et cetera, et cetera. And then your
Yeah.
post showed up to say, it can happen, it does happen. Tragedy can strike you, so you shouldn't be jumping off these bridges.
That's
and
right.
and that's why we're talking to you today, because hopefully, well, first of all, to acknowledge your grandson and your loss, but also to try to warn people that they should warn other people to just not do this.
Yeah, it's very, very dangerous. But with the hot weather, it's so hot and kids don't understand. The water doesn't look dangerous from it. It looks like smooth and whatever. But like I used to tell Jeremy all the time, Jeremy, because he used to just like all the other kids, he would go for a swim behind my back, and when I'd find out, I'd be upset with him and say, it's like a monster under there waiting to grab you. Grandma, you're just you're worrywart. You just worry too much, and I'm a good swimmer. You know what? It happened, know, and so we try to warn the kids that it's very, very dangerous.
And if it's about,
I
mean, let's face it, if it's about heat and it's about cooling off, there are a lot of places, beaches, etc. The marina is right around there. There are a lot of places to go swimming safely.
Yeah. Yes.
And I mean, I used to jump off the Black Creek Bridge when I was a kid, growing up out there.
Everybody did.
Yeah. And some things almost tragic happened on all of those bridges that cross waterways in Niagara. So there are safe places to cool off without having to take the risks. But young people being what they are, it's a thrill for them to jump off bridges and have that kind of It's just fun. It's just a good time, and the water looks, as you say, the water looks calm. What could possibly happen? Well, as you're a fine example of, things can happen that you don't expect, and
it can happen.
And again, we're sorry for your loss, and I know even 20 years goes by, but it probably feels like the blink of an eye, and the pain doesn't entirely go away. So
it's like yesterday.
Yeah. So we wish you all the best, and are sorry for your loss, and we thank you for joining us, so that hopefully another mother or grandmother doesn't have to suffer the same thing that you did. If we can warn even one person to save them from something crazy like that, then that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, Denise, thank you so much.
If we can save one life,
absolutely,
you're very welcome.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. You're like, life happens. You can't prevent everybody's actions from harming them or others. It just that's why they call them accidents. But you can put a little bit more forethought into something you're doing and realize that there are things that can happen. And I know that there are all kinds of people. I spent a lot of time in Chippawa growing up. I played baseball there. I had a lot of friends there. Went to a school with a lot of friends. Her grandson went to West Lane. I was a West Lane student many years before this young man. But it's an area that I know well, and you don't expect crappy things to happen to good people that are trying to have some fun. But they can happen. So you do have to kind of think your way through these things, Kevin.
Yeah, that's the Stanley Ave Bridge right there over, I guess, Welland River, Chippewa Creek, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, one of the two, yeah.
And I mean, that looks inviting.
It does.
On a hot day.
And it's not that high. It's not like you're. It's
you
not
can even
like,
see that, we've carved out almost a little bit of a swimming pool for ourselves.
Right. And look how calm the water looks. But it is a water that has, it is a tributary, I should say, that has a current. It has life. It has activity in it. The water is a living, breathing, mobile thing and should never, ever, ever, ever be taken for granted, no matter what body of water it is. It's a dangerous thing. It could be, anyway. Grantham Home Hardware, thank you very much for being our headline sponsor of the program. We got a chance to talk to you a little bit right off the top, but then we've been kind of busy, and here we are finally getting around to acknowledging the fact this is, I think, our third week that Grantham Home Hardware has been with us on the program, and we're just so pleased to have them here. And you know where they're located. We're at the corner of Scott and Vine in St. Catharines, in the Grantham community, which takes in a wide stretch, so that's where they're located, in the Grantham Plaza. Proud to support hard-working Canadian manufacturers by stocking their shelves with made in Canada and product of Canada items. Deep-rooted in Canadian communities is the Home Hardware brand, and at Grantham Home Hardware they understand how important it is to invest in homegrown quality and craftsmanship. And by the way, I frequent them quite often, and one thing I found out a number of years ago, and I go there every single spring now, is it's kind of a hard thing to find a place that will sharpen your lawnmower blades. Have you ever tried to find a place to sharpen your lawnmower blades? It's not that easy, but they do it there. So take your blade in, and I've had mine done there, like I said, the last few years. Anyway, that was just an aside. But thanks for being here as a sponsor of the program, guys. We really, really appreciate it. Sandra's Home Healthcare. Well, let's do that because we did them last time, so let's do them now. Compassionate in-home care and personal service support worker services since 2005. Sandra D'Alessandro, a staunch supporter of this program, and we really, really appreciate her support. One of the things that sets them apart is the fact that they take great care in matching personal service worker with the client to make sure it's not just getting the job done, but getting the job done in a harmonious way with somebody you like and somebody you trust. And one of the key factors is trying to keep people living in their own homes. And for somebody that has aging relatives or parents or friends, that's a big deal for people to be able to stay in their own homes as long as humanly possible. That's a big deal. Happy to have them here supporting the program. Niagara Parks Commission, we've already talked about numerous things like the power station, etc. And I did the Tesla tour when it was at the power station. Just an amazing number of attractions. My wife and I actually did something a couple of weeks ago, Kevin, we haven't done since we were, I guess, almost kids, is we took the aero car across the rapids, across the gorge. That was so much fun.
Very cool. How was that? You know what? That's something I've never done. I remember doing it as a child with my family. Me too. It was great. I would suggest if you're a Niagara resident, try to go on a weekday, because we ended up going on a weekend. We ended up going on a Saturday, and it was really, really busy. It's nice to see it busy because it's great to see these attractions operating at full capacity, which they were. But if you're a Niagara resident, hop on these attractions maybe on a weekday when you don't have as many of the tourist crowds around. But it was awesome. It was just, all of the attractions are great. And is that it? Is that the one you went on there?
Yeah, the aero car. Yeah, the Whirlpool aero car. Yeah.
Now, no passport required, right?
Well, you don't need a passport. Yeah, you have to buy a ticket.
No, I know, but I mean, how far over to the American side to get, or is that just Canada to Canada?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Is this one of these Canada to Canada because the river bends?
It's Canada to Canada.
Gotcha.
Okay, so where the aero car actually turns, well, it doesn't turn around. It comes back. It goes, bumps into the cliff, It's where the climbing facility is there on the Niagara Parkway. Not
treetop trekking.
Yeah, not too far from the Whirlpool Golf Course, as a matter of fact, which is another great Niagara Parks thing. But it does, during the course of its trip, it does cross the Canada-U.S. border twice. But it's Canada to Canada, but it crosses the border twice. Go figure.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, there you go. You can see it right there.
See? Yeah.
So you go from,
there's the one line and then the other line.
you go from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
Which is Canada to Canada, but that white line in the middle, that's
the border. That's the border.
So you go Canada, U.S.,
Canada. Yeah.
and then back.
And then back. But no, they don't check your credentials on the way over. Anyway, thank you, Niagara Parks Commission, for coming on as a sponsor of the program. Really appreciate it. Ace Alignment, Jan Pretty and her bunch there just do a fabulous job. They've been in business for so many years. Actually, 2024 was October of last year was their 58th anniversary of being in business. So obviously this year, 59 years. So that's a pretty big deal. Ace Alignment. Darren and Matt are your two guys that look after everybody and all of their vehicular needs on North Street, just off Geneva, behind the police station in St. Catharines. So thanks for your continued support. Verge Insurance, Mark Shirk and the gang. Home, auto, life insurance. They are the brokers that will find the right price for you at whatever your need happens to be. Been here since 1953. Operating just off Ontario Street, around the corner from where we are here at Fiddler's Whorehouse. Also, Mac Outpost. Really, the only thing you really need to know is it's everything Apple. Everything. iPads, iPhones, MacBooks, Mac desktops, all kinds of information and services available there. Apple authorized reseller and service provider, and that really doesn't tell it all about how good they really are with the support of their products. Operating since 1998. That's 27 years ago. I didn't even know people could spell computer 27 years.
And if you've been in the Apple business for that long, you know everything. So if you're having an issue with your phone, with your MacBook, whatever it is, if it's an Apple product, you stop in there; they'll help you out.
Now I want to get Sean, the owner, on at some point, Kevin, in the next few weeks, because I know there are some changes coming. I read something online the other day, and I talked to Derek, the head tech over at Mac Outpost, about it on the phone a couple of weeks ago. There's something to do with the MacBooks, which of this is one. This is a MacBook Pro that I use. It's a 2019 version. But there is something going on with Apple, as you know, with software and certain hardwares, etc. Companies get to a point where it's no longer supported within the company, etc., because technology moves on, as we all know. And there's something going on with the MacBooks as well, and I'm not 100% clear on it myself. But one of these times in the next couple of weeks, we'll get Sean on, and we'll talk about that and other things as well about the business. Anyway,
great idea. And just you talk about supporting them, and they support other people. I mean, who takes time on their business Facebook post to say, "Hey, you got to go back to ye old Squire in Welland. You get some more of this."
There you go.
Now look at this, just big fans of ye old Squire, and then finally, okay, here you go. We also do Mac products.
Oh yeah, we do this too, right?
Yeah.
And they do it well. And they'll even have tutoring classes and training sessions and things like that. So it's a pleasure to have them here. And Kevin, without further ado, we haven't. But enough about you. What do you think about you? We haven't talked about you yet. What's going on with the WeeStream these days?
You know what? We kind of slow things down for the winter. Although I was at
for the summer.
For the summer, sorry. I was streaming Niagara Falls Council last night, and despite all of the build-up and the threats and the arrows being slung back and forth through media channels, ended up to be much ado about nothing. Not a whole lot went down, and you know what? It's all available. That's one great thing about live streaming, is that it's all available for you. not just when it's live, but you can go back and watch whatever. So I encourage people, it's all there on YouTube, all 5 hours of last night's meeting. And you can kind of scrub through there and go to the parts that you want to see.
Now, you do a number of councils, right?
Yeah, we did. We were also in Port Colborne last night. We were helping them out. And then personally trying to take some time. We went on a little camping expedition, and we got another one coming up outside of Woodstock. And then later on this summer, we are going to be hitting the Thousand Islands region up into kind of Mount Tremblant and stuff.
What are you doing? What are you doing in the Thousand Islands? Just spending some time?
Yeah, just spending some time. We're camping at one of the KOA grounds. We'll go on the boat tour, go see the castle, things like that. Now, you yourself, you just got back from Ireland.
From the Emerald Isle, yes, we did. It was a wonderful time, wonderful people, and they really are. Anybody that's been to Ireland would tell us, you'll love it. The people are fabulous, and the Irish have had a very long, storied, and hard history over the years, and I don't know how they've come through a lot of that stuff with such good humor and great attitudes. And they say attitude is everything. Well, if attitude is everything, the Irish people have it in spades. They were just so helpful, so much fun, so accommodating. You never had to worry about asking somebody, a stranger on the street, for a direction or some information or whatever. They were just awesome. It was a really great experience to rub shoulders with another entire culture for 7 or 8 days like we did. It was great. It was a lot of fun. What I didn't like, though, is, like I said right off the top of the program, coming back from the Toronto airport on Saturday, 2 lanes on the right-hand side of the road leading up to the Burlington Skyway closed for bridge maintenance on one of the busiest weekends of the entire summer. Traffic backed up from the Burlington Skyway all the way back to Appleby Line. It was like, are you kidding me? Who makes these decisions? Unbelievable.
Lee, driving on the highways these days, getting a little more dangerous. This story here, we covered a story like this, had to be maybe 2 months ago? That guy from Thorold was coming through the Thorold Tunnel.
Coming through the Thorold Tunnel, yeah.
And it wasn't just the story here, but the comments absolutely were mind-blowing.
There's a picture that was posted. You're looking at it right now, or you're just listening to it. I'll tell you, there's a picture of a car that has a pretty decent-sized hole in the lower part of the windshield on the driver's side of the car, and shattered glass around that. Luckily, windshields are they don't just break into pieces, or people could get really hurt. We could get hurt with this happening anyway, but it could be worse if the windshields were made of different kinds of glass. But this particular rock was thrown from the train bridge over the 406 at about 10:40 p.m. The night of Canada Day. And of course, they're appealing, if anyone saw anything, please report it to the OPP for Highway and the Niagara Regional Police for Regional Roads, because this is almost becoming epidemic. It's happening all over the place, not just in Niagara, but it's happening a lot in Niagara. Aidan Turner says, I was the passenger of that vehicle. The rock thankfully hit the dashboard before it hit my arm. Oh, so it came right through. It didn't just make the hole and bounce off. It came right through into the car. It hit the dashboard before it hit my arm, making it less painful, but still shocking to witness. I hope whoever did it gets caught and serves the proper jail time that they deserve. I do too, Aidan. And then just following his post, same thing happened to me. Called police. They said any way it could have been from inside. Their justification was because...
Sorry, I know I kind of...
That's okay, but that's what happened to this person.
Yeah, but there were so many people.
There was a speckle of glass on the inside as well. Last Sunday, I was standing at the side of the road waiting for a friend. As cars passed me, I felt a whack and a sharp pain in my back. I thought I'd been shot. When I turned around, I saw a half-full Gatorade bottle spinning on the road. The kids in the car had whipped it at me. I could hear the young kids cheering that they hit their target. I'm lucky it didn't hit my face or injure my spine.
Now look at this.
There's another picture. Austin Weens says, I also got hit at that time while driving past the train bridge on the 406.
That's where he got hit. There are so many people, Lee, that it's alarming.
It's almost like there's some sort of a dare out there. You know how these terrible things happen on Facebook, on social media? There starts to be a trend of dares to do something, and it's almost like that. Something is going on. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but it feels like something that's sort of bubbling under the surface. Lindsay posts, it happened to my son 2 weeks ago, Niagara bound from Casablanca Bridge. Thankfully nobody was hurt, but there's damage on the dash from the rock and the glass cut the passenger's seat. Also, glass is rattling from around inside the vents. Never thought of that, but I can see that happening. The rock is about the size of a fist. Whoever did it wanted to seriously injure or kill someone if he had a passenger with him that night. Ugh, it makes me sick to think about what could have happened. And it's not just the damage from the rock or the brick or whatever it is that's thrown through the windshield. It's the fact that the startled nature of such a thing happening could have someone that's behind the wheel just lose control of the vehicle altogether. And then we have all sorts of a world of hurt going on beyond that. When cars go out of control at a speed like that, any number of horrible things can happen. That is scary. I had that happen to me a long time ago, and I still remember the feelings I had when it happened. Talk about having something happen to you and you suffer PTSD. That's when you get behind the wheel of a car and that's happened to you. It's got to make you feel different.
But this is insanely. Happened to me a month ago. Everyone, please be careful when driving in this area.
Yeah. There's another one. Like, gee.
I had mine blown out last week.
Last week or two on the Queenie, just before Burlington Bridge was down, pouring, and a work white van drove beside me in fast lane as I was in the middle lane, taking my time, lots of water on the ground, and all of a sudden I hear the shabam took over and my driver window spiderwebbed. It was crazy and changed it the next day fast as was unsafe.
Look at that. I don't know what that was.
And again, shattering is better than breaking. So the glass that is used in car windows is better today than it was years ago, but it's still a shock.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a number in here. I'm really only stopping at the ones that have photos.
Yeah, and the hundreds of comments.
There's so many people that are saying this happened to me in the same spot, and it's the rail bridge just north of the Penn Center.
Yeah.
Right, just north of the Glendale cutoff.
Yeah.
There's the rain bridge. And we know lots of people use that train bridge, right, to get back and forth between basically like Glendale,
right,
Old Glen Ridge, and Merritt.
Indeed.
But it was absolutely alarming.
We didn't do this off the top of the program, but if you're watching this, you're watching it on Facebook and you're streaming it through Niagara 411. Hi to Nick, by the way. Hope you're doing well, having a good summer so far. Hi to Nick's mom as well. We know that you're out there. If you would feel the urge every now and then to help us out and help out your fellow Niagarans, share what it is we do and share the information that we attempt to share with all of Niagara, is give the Niagara 411 feed a refresh and then do a share for us. That would be of great help. Now, I spent a couple minutes, about a half an hour ago, setting up this interview eloquently, too early, but we're to it now. Tesla Fest is happening on the 11th and 12th of July, which is this Friday and Saturday. And I have no idea what Tesla Fest is, which is why we're here. I did mention before that we've heard a lot about Nikola Tesla over the last few years, including Nikola Tesla Boulevard up Hamilton Way. The power station has a huge history with Nikola Tesla technology. There was a Nikola Tesla exhibit there a while ago, which I saw, which was fabulous. So there's all kinds of things going on, including this Tesla Fest. Now joining us is, and I hope I don't butcher your name too much, Borislav Zivkovic. I hope I got that close to being right. Executive Director of Tesla Fest. Hey Borislav, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Did I get your name okay, or did I just kill it?
Perfect.
It's good?
You know
okay.
Some people, especially Asian people, they when they can't pronounce my name, they said Bruce Lee. It's easier for them.
So, I guess, Nikola Tesla was from what would modern day be called Croatia, correct?
It's now Croatia, but when he was born, it was Austrian-Hungarian Empire.
Right, yeah, but in modern days we'd call it Croatia.
Yeah. Now it's Croatia.
Yeah.
In Serbia, but it's Croatia.
And
yeah.
I'm only guessing here, but I'm taking a leap and saying that you are from that same part of the world originally, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so give us the genesis, the beginning of Tesla Fest. What is it? Where is it? And just give us chapter and verse on what's going on this weekend.
Okay, I started actually with that 2010. It's been 15 years ago, like a celebration Tesla's birthday, because Tesla's birthday July 10th, and every July 10th, like tomorrow, we go to the Nikola Tesla Plaza and put flowers on the monument. And it's a smaller event. It's grow up every year. And because that space is not that too big, for accept too many people. And we move a little bit far away on a bigger space. 2 years ago, we started in Queen Victoria Park. And this year, we're going to move on Oaks Garden Theater. But 2015, we have proclamation, Nikola Tesla Day, like working holiday from the City Council, of course, Niagara Falls, like working holiday in Niagara Falls. Also, 2021, we have proclamation on Ontario, from the Parliament, Ontario. July 10th, it's a Nikola Tesla Day and Province Ontario working holiday. And also 2019, that space around the beautiful Nikola Tesla monument by the falls is proclaimed Nikola Tesla Plaza. Mm-hmm. And all that works from 15 years. We have some that proclamation and try to make that Nikola Tesla Day like international festival to be informed all nation, not just in Canada, all around the world about Tesla and about the big clue he left in Niagara Falls. Because this year is exactly 130 years to build the first power plant in Niagara Falls, which used AC, alternating current of Nikola Tesla, and start to gliding globe from Niagara Falls and start modern life for all of us. And not just that, Nikola Tesla is famous for the all other inventions, Wi-Fi, remote control, X-ray, and so many things, radio, but people don't know that. And the biggest problem for, not just for us, for promote Tesla Fest is because when you said Tesla, people think about Tesla company, Elon Musk,
right.
And because they have huge commercial, But Nikola Tesla is a real man, and that company just took his name to big that Tesla car. But Nikola Tesla is not an educational system in North America. That's our biggest problem for the promote Tesla and Tesla Fest, and we're working on that to just visiting some schools and give them book and library, some lectures for the students, and Ontario Science Center is our guest. Last 2 years is going to become this year too. We try to promote that Tesla Fest, not just celebration Tesla's birthday. We're going to celebrate new technologies, science, and all that modern technology start from Niagara Falls, from that AC current, because that new energy, if you know something about that DC-AC with Edison and Tesla, and that fighting a long time ago, but definitely Tesla win, and all that modern life start actually from Niagara Falls.
Right. So Borislav, what's going to be happening on Friday and Saturday? Walk us through what's happening in those couple days.
Yes, we have tomorrow, actually, on Tesla's birthday at 2 o'clock, raising flag in front of City Hall in Niagara Falls.
Okay.
And 2 p.m., 3 p.m., we have placing flowers on the Tesla monument on Nikola Tesla Plaza, because tomorrow is Tesla's birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
July 11th and Friday, we have Tesla Legacy Night at Niagara Parks Power Station. Niagara Parks Power Station, it just held now exhibit from Nikola Tesla Museum from Belgrade, exclusive exhibit. It's first time in Canada, and it came in March, and it's going to be staying until October.
Oh, great!
Also, that night, July 11th, and Friday night, we have a exclusive guest from New York, Mark Safer. His book writer just finished a new book about Nikola Tesla in Niagara Falls, and I will build that power station. Also, we have exclusive movie, a new movie from Nikola Tesla Museum in Belgrade about Nikola Tesla also, and like I said, visiting that new exhibit. That's a Friday night, July 11th.
Okay.
And July 12th, Oaks Garden Theater is a big festival, free event, educational music festival. Ontario Science going to be there, Brock University, lots of science, technology, culture, music, food, drinks, and it's free for everyone. And
that's
everybody
great.
is welcome.
That's great. Now, and is there a fee for the power station event on Friday?
Yes, because the Niagara Power Station is selling tickets, and we can do nothing about that. And on entrance, people can buy regular daily ticket for night show, because we have that Tesla Legacy Night, but people can see that night show, can see tunnel and big fireworks and from the tunnel platform for prices on a daily basis.
And Borislav, I have been to that Nikola Tesla exhibit at the power station, and it is absolutely, I can attest to it personally, it is absolutely fascinating. The number of things, I guess is the best way to put it, inventions and pieces of technology that Nikola Tesla was involved with or invented or promoted in his life is absolutely astounding. It's just people, as you said right at the beginning, people don't realize the extent of the impact of that man's intellect on science and technology. It's it's off the charts crazy. It's unbelievable.
And what's the most important, all of that, Tesla wants to free energy for everyone.
Yes.
But the system, business system, they don't like that. And he's died poor because all his mind and his invention was to the people to give the free energy from atmosphere for everyone. And most people didn't understand him, and it's very interesting. He's every year more and more popular. People start research about him. So many video clips on YouTube, and that's our mission too. To try to just send the message to the world, how he was important for us and what he did in his life. And it's very interesting thing. I was in a museum in Belgrade, in the basement museum. You have like a big fridges with all original documents, because when Nikola Tesla passed away in a New Yorker hotel in 1943, FBI go inside, took lots of that document boxes, and what is left, his cousin to bring to Serbia, and now it's in a museum in Belgrade, and lots of that documents still not translate yet.
Right.
We don't know what is in these documents yet. And his mind, it was unbelievable, and he left a lot to us, but most thing is still secret. And
as you say, in a lot of ways misunderstood over the years as well by his peers in the power community, I guess, the energy community over the years, even going back to his continued conflicts and competition with Thomas Edison back in the day, because it was the AC/DC power struggle back in those days as well. Fascinating story. Folks, all you have to do is go to teslafest.ca, and you can find out all this information if you want to find out about it in detail. Borislav, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on your 15th year of doing this. I think it's just so cool of celebrating this man and what he's brought to Niagara, for that matter, as well as the world. So anyway, thanks.
Huge history for Niagara. Huge history for us. Yes.
Thanks for being here, man. Take care.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I get a little caught up in this stuff because I think he's just one of those fascinating intellects. I mean, you talk about Stephen Hawking in the world of astronomy and physics, etc. Well, on almost as brilliant, although not something as current, perhaps, pardon the pun, current. The Nikola Tesla story is fascinating. I do want to take a chance before we have to sign off for the day. I take this chance to thank our sponsors once again. Grantham Home Hardware, it's such a pleasure to have you as our title sponsor of Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry. We really appreciate you being here, and we're looking forward to a very long and successful partnership with you. Proud to support Canadian products, Canadian made and Canadian produced products. Very, very important to invest in your community. And as you know, home hardware, just as a brand in general, is very community focused, and that's why it's so cool that we have Grantham Home Hardware on the program, because it matches our mandate so perfectly as well, because everything we do is focused on Niagara. That's why we're here, and it's a great fit with home hardware. Niagara Parks Commission, it's also about the third or fourth week that we've had the Niagara Parks Commission on board, and NiagaraParks.com is about as simple as that website gets. And believe me, this is the time to take advantage of all of the attractions that Niagara Parks has to offer. 56 kilometers of fabulous topography and geography here in Niagara, with all kinds of attractions along the way. And once again, there couldn't be a better fit for us here. And the thing that's cool about Niagara Parks Commission as well, lest you think that it's a taxpayer drain, nothing could be further from the truth. It's self-financed, it's self-sustainable, and it's run by people like you that buy tickets to go to their attractions, pay money to play at their golf courses, which, by the way, you can find out about all kinds of packages on the Niagara Parks Commission site as well. We've got the Legends on the Niagara courses out Chippawa Way, and of course Whirlpool Golf and Country Club right on the Niagara Parkway, not far from where that aero car bumps into the cliff and goes back across, where that we were talking about a little bit earlier. Niagara Parks Commission, thank you for being here. Sandra's Home Healthcare, Sandra D'Alessandro and her group setting the standard for home healthcare in Niagara. Experience exceptional home care, from hospital hustle to comfort in your home or the home of your loved ones. They can do medication management for people that need that kind of assistance. 24/7 care if necessary. They match their workers to their clients, and again, setting the bar for home health care in Niagara. So thank you for being here. Ace Alignment, all your automotive needs. Obviously started with the whole front end alignment business, etc., but over the years has expanded to do whatever your car or truck be it fancy or not fancy, whatever it needs, they've got it for you on North Street in St. Catharines. Matt and Darren are the two guys there. It's tucked in, like I said, on North Street, just off Geneva, behind the police station. They've been in business now for, believe it or not, 58, almost 59. It'll be 59 years in October that they've been operating here in Niagara. That's pretty darn good. And speaking of longevity, Verge Insurance, 1953 they opened and are still operating insurance brokers for all your insurance needs over on Ontario Street. And Mac Outpost, Sean the owner, Derek the head tech for everything, and I mean everything. Apple, Lake Street Plaza, the Dollar Tree Plaza where Tim Hortons is, across from Don's Lighting, you know the place. Kevin Jack, also, it's a pleasure to work with you every couple weeks. WeeStream for all of your streaming needs. If you have an event coming up you would like a lot of people to attend and they might not be able to be there in person, but in spirit, WeeStream is the place to go. Kevin, it's almost time. Amanda Lynn Parker is going to play us off the stage. We always have someone with a local Niagara connection as a musical end to the program. Amanda Lynn Parker won Best New Artist at the most recent Niagara Music Awards, so that's why she's here. And she's got a song called Until Dawn, and that's what is going to play us off the stage today. Y'all have yourselves a great warm weekend. It's going to heat up again. Stay cool.
Wanna hear about your day, explaining how you always rearrange it. I like to hear your advice. Don't always take it, but I love the way you say it. Want you to be my passenger. You could direct me to where you're headed, and when you tell me who you've loved, oh, you know my face is always reddened. I drop you off Globe Light by the building. Can't you tell that I'm able and willing to hold you, get to know all about your life? I wanna know what you do when you get home. See the face that you make when you're all alone. Said you're lonely, I know that you want love tonight. So hold me. Oh, you squeeze, but it's not too tight. Can you kiss me? I wanna know what your love feels like. Can you hold me? I can't breathe, but it feels alright. Can you touch me? I need to know what your love feels like. Tell me about how pleasure's cloned on your own, how many times it happens. Create for me a picture show. Thoughts that hold me in your entrapment. I'm staring off into space, thinking about you in public places, creating codes of embrace. Oh, even in clothes you're always naked. I drop you off Globe Light by the building. Can't you tell that I'm able and willing to hold you, get to know all about your life? Oh, I wanna know what you do when you get home. See the face that you make when you're all alone. Said you're lonely, I know that you want love tonight. So hold me. Oh, you squeeze, but it's not too tonight.